Up next, I'm going to give you my full review of the latest from Initio Parfums Prive, or Prive. This is Musk Therapy. Stay tuned for the full review next. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Joel the Nose. And today I am doing a full review of Musk Therapy, the latest, the newest, the greatest from Initio Parfums Prive, depends how you want to say it, French or English. I'm just going to call it Initio to make it simple. You know, this is the French niche house. They are the sister company to Parfums de Marly. They have similar ownership. You know, two obviously really great houses. I think Initio is, you know, not known as well generally as Parfums de Marly, but has so many great ones. You have Side Effect, you have Oud for Greatness, you have Rehab, which, by the way, Rehab comes in a bottle like this. If you've seen Rehab before, it comes also in a white bottle with the logo here. Some of you may have seen a few days ago, I did kind of a first impression of this new Musk Therapy, which just came into Osme Perfumery, and you can see the top there. So anyways, this is not my full review. I've been wearing it now for 3 or 4 days. I have a good sense of what this is, and I want to jump right into this. So again, this is just released in 2021, brand new release. Perfect springtime, summer fragrance. It's again, I think really going to hit the market perfectly in time. The notes on this are, let me kind of read them to you here. It's let's see, actually bergamot mandarin, white magnolia, cassis, which is blackcurrant, white sandalwood, white musk, and rose musk. Now I'm going to start off by saying right at the top, some people who have smelled this already are comparing it a lot to Herba Pura from Xerjoff. And I see the resemblance, and I see people why they would make that initial comparison, because when you first spray this, or whether it be Herba Pura or Musk Therapy, you get this kind of fruity vibe, and it's a unique fruity vibe that's totally different. It's not like cherry, it's not like pineapple, it's like a mixture. It's hard to say, almost like passion fruit or something, but you get that vibe from this. What I'll say is this, and I'll kind of end it there. If you go smell Herba Pura next to this, it actually, although it resembles it, they're both actually, I think, very different. And Herba Pura is more like heroin from Bodicea the Victorious. Those two, if you smell them together, it's hard to differentiate when you smell the notes at the top. This one, when you smell all three, and I did this, by the way, yesterday. As I was reviewing this, I wanted to compare it so I could really analyze this. Those are more fruity at the top. That fruitiness is sweeter, it's brighter, it's more out there. This one at the top, that fruitiness is more subdued. It's got more of a creaminess to it. It's got more of a musk to it. So to me, it's a totally different fragrance, although I can see the resemblance initially. So this is an eau de parfum. Again, it's about $330 retail for a 90 ml bottle. And this is a unisex fragrance. Again, eau de parfum. And right when you smell it, or right when you spray at the top, and I'm going to kind of spray it right here. Let me actually unbutton my shirt, because I like to go on the inside of the arm for these type of initial, I go hand or arm, but I'm going to go hand here, or arm. So get the alcohol away. Yeah, this is really, oh boy, and this is springtime here in Miami, although it's kind of springtime all year round here. It's fresh, it's fruity, it is sparkling, effervescent. It's creamy. It's got the citrus vibe from the mandarin that's in there, and the bergamot. But I think I get more of the mandarin than I do the bergamot. And I think the creaminess and the white, kind of white, almost cloudiness is coming from that white magnolia at the top. But that white musk, this is obviously called Musk Therapy. And some of you may be scared away because some people think musk is too animalic. This is not an animalic musk at all. For example, I think of L by Arquise, which has musk, and that to me is an animalic musk, which I love. But this is more a sensual musk. And I think that's why this is going to be a perfect unisex fragrance, and it may lend a little bit more feminine at the top because of that kind of fruity vibe, but as it dries down, this is a great unisex fragrance. and it is for me at the top too. I can just see where I think women are going to really love when they spray this. I think this is going to be a reaction like Erba Pura gets. When I see people smell it for the first time in the perfume stores, they go crazy. I've already seen, by the way, maybe 5 or 6 people at Osme Perfumery, when they smell this, they're like hooked. And they're hooked when compared to Erba Pura. So obviously not a huge sample size, but just immediately what I've seen so far, it's pretty telling. So let me kind of hold it up so you guys can see it. I think you'd rather look at the bottle than me. Again, so then basically as it starts to dry down, after about an hour, that black currant kicks in for me. It gets a little bit of a darker, almost dark cherry vibe to it, which is really cool. And then after about 2 hours, the rose and the white musk really set in for that dry down. And this is not a rose fragrance. It's not pure rose, it's a rose musk. So it gives you that element of rose, which again, I think is better unisex. It's not too feminine. And it's subtle. And this fragrance just gets creamier and creamier as it dries down. Again, after about 2 hours, the sandalwood really kicks in, that white sandalwood, and it's powdery, it's sumptuous, it's a little sweet, almost like there's some vanilla in there. I don't know, it's not listed as a note, but it seems to me like there may be some vanilla because it gets that powdery sweetness. And the complexity is so cool on this fragrance because, again, you start this fruity kind of, undertone at the top and bright, effervescent and bubbly, and then it just goes into this creamy sandalwood, powdery musk dry down. So it's just, this is where I think it separates from Erba Pura or even Heroin from Bodicea. I think the dry down on this is the best of the 3, if you're considering those 3, because they do have a similar vibe. And after about, I don't know, about 4 or 5 hours, when you're deep into the dry down, it just gets so sensual. And the sandalwood really takes over. And again, that musk is not animalic, it's not abrasive, it's just sensual. This to me is a very sensual fragrance, something that's going to drive men and women crazy. But it also comes across as clean. And I don't mean soapy, it's not soapy to me, but rose musk kind of to me sometimes can be soapy, or rose can. This is not soapy, but it's clean, it's fresh. Again, very good springtime fragrance and even summer. So as far as the projection goes on this, oh man, I got great projection for 3 hours. I mean, it's a good 12 inches off my body, and I had it on, I wore it all day again for 3 days almost in a row. So great projection. On my skin, I got 9+ hours of each wearing. So, and it actually stayed, and that's what I mean where you could smell it well. It actually lasted longer if you go down purely on the skin as a skin scent. It was over 10 hours. But I would say a good 9 hours of wearing where you can really smell it and enjoy it. So let me sum it up with my final thoughts here. If you like Erba Pura or anything in that category, you got to try this. I think you're going to love it. I think this is exceptional. I think this is taking Erba Pura, which is already great fragrance, and interpreting it and going in a different, and I think even more unique direction. I think this is going to be a big hit, by the way. I predict that just from the little anecdotal evidence I've seen so far in the last week, from wearing it and seeing it in the store, I think white musk may be one of the biggest kind of releases from this house. And by the way, if you like rehab, it does have a rehab type vibe, but I think it's more, especially at the top, more fruity because of that fruity note. So try it out. Let me know what you guys think. That's a full review. I wanted to really go into a deep dive because I had already done the first impression a few days ago. And that's it. This is JoelTheNose. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing, to those of you who have already done so. Please ring the bell for notifications if you've subscribed, so you know when I release new content. And of course, please like the video if you found this helpful, useful in any way. I will be back soon with another video. Thank you. Thank you guys all for watching. I truly appreciate it. And let's hear your comments below on this one. Love to know what you guys think. This is JoelTheNose. Peace and love.